Oh, God is good. God is great. God is great. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you all. 40 years I've been chasing Sidney. They finally give it to me. What they do? They give it to him the same night. I'll always be chasing you, Sidney. I'll always be following in your footsteps. There's nothing I would rather do, sir. Nothing I would rather do. God bless you. God bless you. Wow.
Denzel Washington pays tribute to Sidney Poitier. He opened doors for all of us. Denzel Washington, Oprah Winfrey, Barack Obama and more are joining the rest of Hollywood to pay tribute to the legend and icon Sidney Poitier. Washington went beyond in offering his sincerest condolences to Sir Sidney Poitier's family following the death of the legendary actor. Washington, in a statement to ET, said, "It was a privilege to call Sidney Poitier my friend. He was a gentleman and opened doors for all of us that had been closed for years. God bless him and his family." While accepting an Oscar for Best Actor in 2002 for his role in Training Day, Washington famously stood at the podium and acknowledged Poitier, whom he presented with an honorary award earlier that evening. The acknowledgement drew a rousing ovation and brought Poitier to his feet. 40 years, I've been chasing Sidney, Washington said. They finally give it to me. What do they do? They give it to him the same night. I'll always be following in your footsteps, he added. There's nothing I would rather do, sir. Nothing I would rather do. That night, Washington had done exactly that. He was the second black man to win a Best Actor award, after Poitier did it first in 1964 for his performance in Lilies of the Field. While they shared a mutual admiration, Washington and Poitier never collaborated. It's something the 67-year-old actor and director reflected upon in a Variety interview published on the day Poitier died. He told the outlet he wished he could have co-starred in a film with Poitier. God bless him, Washington told Variety. He's still here. But yeah, I missed that opportunity. Years after Washington's Oscar win, Poitier elaborated on its significance. It represented progress, he said during a 2008 interview with the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. It represented the dimensionalizing of the film industry. It meant the embracing of a kind of democracy that had been very long in maturing. It was an example of the persistence and effort and determination of young people of color. Not just African Americans, but Hispanic and Asian people who, too, were sort of minimalized in American films for too long. It was a spectacular evening. I pay then and I pay now great respect to Denzel Washington, Poitier continued. He has been a quintessential element in the finest of all American actors. Poitier died on Thursday, and the news sent shockwaves across the globe as tributes to the film and humanitarian giant poured in, from actors alike to world leaders. Oprah Winfrey took to Instagram to share her thoughts on the late actor, whom she has openly regarded as a confidant and guide for many years. For me, the greatest of the great trees has fallen, Sidney Poitier. My honor to have loved him as a mentor, friend, brother, confidant, wisdom teacher. She captioned a photo of the two together. The utmost, highest regard and praise for his most magnificent, gracious, eloquent life. I treasured him. I adored him. He had an enormous soul I will forever cherish. Blessings to Joanna and his world of beautiful daughters. Folded hands, medium dark skin tone. Former President Barack Obama, who presented Poitier with the Medal of Freedom in 2009, also paid tribute, taking to Instagram and writing, in part, Sidney Poitier epitomized dignity and grace, revealing the power of movies to bring us closer together. He also opened doors for a generation of actors. Michelle and I send our love to his family and legion of fans. Continue to sleep in peace, Poitier. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family, friends and everyone impacted by his untimely death.
Two birds with one night, huh? Oh, God is good. God is great. God is great. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you all. 40 years I've been chasing Sidney. They finally give it to me. What they do? They give it to him the same night. I'll always be chasing you, Sidney. I'll always be following in your footsteps. There's nothing I would rather do, sir. Nothing I would rather do. God bless you. God bless you. Wow. Oh, I want to thank the Academy. You know, when I was in college, first starting out as an actor, they asked each one of us what we wanted to do. I said, I want to be the best actor in the world. All the students in the classroom looked at me like I was a nut. Life has taught me to just try and be the best that I can be. And I thank the Academy for saying to me that on this given night, I was the best that I could be. I want to thank Warner Brothers and Alan Horn and Lorenzo de Bonaventura for supporting this film, and Antoine Fuqua, a brilliant young filmmaker, African-American filmmaker. I don't know where you are, Antoine, love you. Ethan Hawke, my partner in crime. And looked into a bookstore, and there he was, Sidney Poitier. Literally the man of my dreams, the only time I've said that. He was, he meant everything to me. I mean, he was a positive example of elegance and good taste. He was a source of pride for millions of African Americans. He was a great movie star that was appreciated by millions of people all around the world. So I took a deep breath, I walked through the door, and for the next 10 minutes I snuck around, hiding behind books and magazines, acting like I was gonna buy something. I didn't have any money, but finally I snuck up close enough to him where I was breathing on him. And he turned around and he said, "You're breathing on me." No, he turned around and turned around and said, "How are you?" I said, I'm Denzel Washington. You don't know me. I haven't done anything." But he was very kind to me, and I felt at that point we were friends. So I did what any friend would do, any actor would do. I took out my picture and resume, started begging for a job. But he was very patient with me. He was very kind to me. And, he didn't give me a job. In fact, Sidney, you've never given me a job. I wanted to talk to you about that. But he did something that was much more important. He gave me his time, his advice. And I can honestly say that the reason I'm up here today is because of Sidney Poitier, because of the time he gave me, the advice he gave me, the example he provided for me and many other African-American actors. I love you, I respect you, I imitate you. God bless you.
I arrived in Hollywood at the age of 22 in a time different than today's. A time in which the odds against my standing here tonight, 53 years later, would not have fallen in my favor. Back then, no route had been established for where I was hoping to go. No pathway left in evidence for me to trace. No custom for me to follow. Yet here I am this evening at the end of a journey that in 1949 would have been considered almost impossible, and in fact might never have been set in motion were there not an untold number of courageous, unselfish choices made by a handful of visionary American filmmakers, directors, writers, and producers, each with a strong sense of citizenship responsibility to the times in which they lived, each unafraid to permit their art to reflect their views and values, ethical and moral, and moreover acknowledge them as their own. They knew the odds that stood against them and their efforts were overwhelming and likely could have proven too high to overcome. Still, those filmmakers persevered, speaking through their art to the best in all of us, and I benefited from their effort. The industry benefited from their effort. America benefited from their effort.
Thanks for watching. Please kindly like the video, subscribe, comment, share us out, and don't not forget to smash that notification bell. More news videos uploading soon.